Hello, hello! My name is Emily, welcome back to the channel, and today is the TBR for my favorite month of the year. Woo woo! Middle grade March, woo woo woo! I am so excited. This is the month that I try to primarily read middle grade. I love reading middle grade. I work with a lot of middle grade readers and students, and so I read a lot of it, and the fact that they have made a whole month read along, I am totally on board. I have done this for the past couple of years and I've loved it every single year. So I have lots and lots of books on my radar that I am interested in, that I want to read off of my shelves, that I have students and clients who are like, have you read this book, Miss Emily? Have you read this book? No, I haven't. I'll read it, type of thing. So I have a lot. I know nothing about the majority of them. I've just heard really good things from maybe past middle grade March videos or other booktubers or clients or the internet at large, whatever. So there are few that will definitely read and some that are just if they come in from the library and I get to them type of thing. I do have some off of my shelves that I want to get to. I have others, but they do not have audiobooks. And right now, if I don't have an audiobook, they're not getting done. So audiobook and physical book, pretty much mandatory. Anywho, so the first one is a reread for me. Random sticky note. It's called Freak the Mighty. I read this, oh goodness, maybe 7 years ago now. And I loved it then. It is very, very short. I want to see if I still like it because I don't remember a lot of it, and if I don't remember, I want to reread it so that I can help recommend this to clients, kiddos, stuff like that. So there's that one. This is by Rodman Philbrick. So I'm excited to reread that. This one was actually one of my clients let me borrow it, and they think it's funny because of the name. And I'm trying to read books for like first, second, third graders, so a little bit earlier readers. DJ Funkyfoot. They were like, Miss Emily, you have to read DJ Funkyfoot. I mean, Funkyfoot, come on. Anyway, they were funny. So this one doesn't have an audiobook, but there are lots of pictures and things like that. So maybe on a Sunday or just if I get done with work before bedtime, I'll try to get this one done and out of the way so that I can return that to them. They're so funny. I have heard really good things about this next one. Oh, I forgot. I try to follow the prompts as best as possible that the ladies that do this read along or the reading challenge or whatever it's called. So between, I think I counted them like 52 books on my list, I should be able to get all 5 prompts. So I'm not going to go into depth on the prompts, but I should be able to cover all of them. So there's no problem there. Okay, The Remarkable Journey of Coyote Sunrise. I have heard just nothing but good things. I want to try to get this one and the sequel. Do I know the name of it? Coyote Lost and Found. I would love to get both of these read. This one is on one of my physical copies, so hopefully I can get to that as well. Another one that I just picked up because people have said it's good is Artemis Fowl. Owen. I think I looked up how to pronounce this, and it's Irish, I think, and it's pronounced Owen Colfer. Don't come after me if I said this incorrectly. I apologize, but I'm pretty sure it's Owen. Anyway, this looks really, really interesting. It's an 8-book series, so if I like it, there are more of them, which is always exciting. I love genius mastermind kids trying to work things out. I love that type of story, so that one should be good. Another one that I just picked up randomly from the store that I heard really good things about is called Flipped by Wendelin Van Drennen. This one seems a little bit older too, maybe middle school, so that's always good as I work with a variety of ages. Not very long. The audiobook is forthcoming from the library. And the last one I'm super excited about. I want to read it this weekend, hopefully. Lynn Kelly The Secret Language of Birds. I have another one on here from her that I want to read. I've read Song for a Whale and just adored it. So I'm hoping that I feel the same way with some of her others as well. Okay, those are the 6 physical books that I would love to get to this month. Some others that will definitely happen are for my 5-star prediction video that hopefully will be coming out the beginning of April. So those are The Masterpiece by Catherine Ray. That is not middle grade. That is an adult, I think technically Christian fiction. We'll find out. The Shape of Thunder by Jasmine Warga. I have read 2 of her others as well and absolutely loved them. This is the last one I think that she has out, so I would love to get to that. I've heard nothing but good things. Allies by Alan Gratz, which I'm super excited about because I do these book talks with kids at this school, 2 different 6th grade classes. I come in and bring like my Mary Poppins bag full of books, and we just talk about books for 15, 20 minutes or whatever, and to get them excited about reading for their next book report. And one of them was like, have you read Alan Gratz? And I said, I have him from the library right now. They're like, oh, you'll like him. So I'm excited. More people saying how much they love Alan Gratz. So I'm excited to read that one. And he did come in from the library, so I have him ready to go. Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry by Mildred Taylor. Once again, I've heard really great things about that, so that should be an interesting read. And then The Happy Life of Isadora Bentley by Courtney Walsh. Again, this is an adult, I think, clean fiction. My aunt texted me and just said, Emily, read this book. So I said, got it. So those 5 are definitely on my list, 3 of them being middle grade. Okay, buckle up, people, because we're about to go through all of these books. So I want to read all of Dusty Bowling's books. She did the Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus, and I love that trilogy. One that I haven't read yet is Dust. It came out 2024, maybe. So I want to read that one. Same with Pam Munoz Ryan. I've almost read all of her backlist. Her newest one, El Nino, that just came out. I want to read that one. I would love to get to that. Kira by Cynthia. Oh, I'm going to butcher this last name. I'm so sorry. Kadonata. I think she is Japanese American, if I'm remembering correctly. Kira won a Newbery. So that, not all Newberries are alike in my mind, but that's going to be an interesting one to read. And of course, I want to read the group read for middle grade March. It's called Max and the House of Spies. I'm not quite sure who the author is on that one. I can't read my chicken scratches. Nope, can't read it. So that one is really going to be really interesting. I love historical fiction. It's one of my favorite genres. So that should be a really good one. So there are 5 from, the publisher is Shadow Mountain, that I have known nothing about them, but they look interesting. So the 5 are The Incredible List of Lonnie Lee by Vida Bybee. And these are really cute covers too. So a lot of these are just cover pics. The Legend of Lost Libraries by Frank Cole. Missing Oakley by Laura Ojeda Melchor. Willa and the Whale by Chad Morris and Shelley Brown. And then The Wild Journey of Juniper Berry by Chad Morris again. Those 5 just look really sweet and cute, and I love Shadow Mountain Publishing. So anything that I can read from them for kids, I want to. Those 5 look very, very interesting that I want to get to those. Those are top priority for me. So some of these others that I have on my radar, I want to read all of Jennifer A. Nielsen's book. I've read some of her fantasy and some of her historical fiction. I just want to read all of them. I am going to reread The False Prince. I want to finish that whole 5-book series. And then I want to read Iceberg. That's on my 26 for 2026 list. So that one I definitely want to read. Some of her historical fiction gets a little like intense for me, which is funny to say, but we'll see how I like it. This one just has a really cute cover, you guys. Look at this cover. It's called Impossible Creatures by Catherine Rundell. And it has a second to it as well. I don't know if I put that down here. I can't remember what the second one is called, but I can put that picture up as well. And they just look really cute. Maybe fantasy. There are dragons on the cover. I think that looks cute. Oh, Poison King. I did write it down. Look at me. Poison King by Catherine Rundell is the second one. I want to read all of Roald Dahl's canon, I think is the correct terminology. So Matilda is on my list. That one's going to be a fun read. I've seen the movie and I always I'm a nerd, you guys. I like comparing and contrasting the movie to the books. It's what my brain does. A Place to Hang the Moon by Kate Albus. I've heard really good things about it, and it's about siblings, so it covers that prompt. I love Andrew Clements. I think he is absolutely hilarious. I read No Talking to my kids when I was in the classroom with my 4th graders and 5th graders, I think. They were a chatty bunch, and I said, you guys, I have the best book for us. And they started doing that, what's in the book. Oh my goodness, it was so funny. So anyway, Lunch Money is one that I haven't read yet from Andrew Clements, so I definitely want to read that one. Amelia Lost. This is by Candace Fleming. This is a nonfiction about Amelia Earhart. I love Amelia Earhart. I love learning about her. I think it's fascinating. So I'm really excited to read that. And the audiobook is only 4 hours, but I read at 2 speed generally. So that's a quick one that I can just listen to as I'm driving around for work. Another Lynn Kelly one is 3 Blue Hearts. I think that's about octopi, however, I'm a tutor, I know English. The Vanishing Game, Franklin A. Dixon. This is the next Hardy Boys mystery. I'm loving that series. They're short. They're really good for any reader, but especially my boys, and especially my boys who struggle with reading, who are like, books are boring, and I try to tell them that they are incorrect. This next one is a recommendation I got from one of my 6th grade clients. The Last Dragon on Mars by Scott Oh, I'm gonna butcher this last name. I'm so sorry. Reintgen. Reintgen. I apologize for that horrible last name pronunciation. Anyway, he said it was really, really good and that I might like it. So I said, okay. And I put it in my library and I got it. I got the audiobook just a couple days ago. So that should hopefully happen. And I think it's a duology. Oh, my next one in the I Survive series. These are great, quick reads, but they're appropriate for the age group, right? And they talk about all sorts of different historical events from more modern day during my lifetime and then past lifetimes. The one that I have next on my list is the I Survived Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor is one of my favorite historical events to learn about and to study. I have watched documentaries. I love that time period. So that is definitely something that I'm excited for. And again, it's a quick read. I think about an hour and a half. So nothing too crazy. This one was a recommendation from the comments, so yay comments. Light and Air by Wendy Nichols Weldon. So I'm super excited for that. It looks really good. It seems like it's about some sort of airborne virus or something. Carry On Mr. Bowditch by Jean Lee Latham. This is a classic. One of my clients was reading it and they said I might like it. So I said, okay, cool. Another more classic book is Water Horse by Dick King Smith. And then another classic that one of the teachers that I aid for just a couple hours in the morning is called Out of the Dust by Karen Hess. I'm not sure how to pronounce that last name. She had a couple of these in her school library and I was looking at them and they looked interesting. So there's that. Okay. I'm not quite sure what this series is called, but I've heard it's really, really good. Krista of Books and Gem, is one of the main ladies who does this reading challenge, whatever, recommends it. And I have read recommendations from her previously, and so I trust that. Finding Langston, Leaving Lyman, and Being Clem by Lisa Klein Ransom. So that should be an interesting trilogy. They're short books. I like short books. Short books are good. I have read others by this next author, Deborah Wiles, and they are so sweet and so wholesome and just so adorable. Anything by Deborah Wiles I would recommend. I just haven't read A Long Line of Cakes yet. She normally has some pretty funny characters and cheeky kids, and it makes me happy. Another Andrew Clements one is Report Card. Whether I get to these or not, we'll find out. Some Lauren Wolk books. Again, this is a recommendation from Krista. Wolf Hollow and Echo Mountain. We'll see what comes in from the library. Another one from Roald Dahl is James and the Giant Peach. Another classic there. More Jennifer A. Nielsen. You can kind of see where my brain is at right now. A Night Divided, which is about the Cold War. I just read the Catherine Ray book. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, I love that time period. Very, very interesting. And then Uprising as well by Catherine A. Nielsen. I'm not quite sure what Uprising is about, but she generally, her historical fiction is I generally like. A series that I am interested in starting, perhaps, I have a lot of series going on right now, guys, is Spy School. The cover, I think, is hilarious. The back seems funny. I think I've read the first chapter a couple of times, and it seems really like this little boy wants to be like James Bond, and he sort of like Agent Cody Banks, if you guys remember that movie. That was one of my brother and I's favorite movies growing up. And so it seems similar to that, where he gets recruited into like this an equivalent CIA as a kid. I don't know, maybe I'm making stuff up, but it looks pretty cute. And then another classic is A Little Princess by Frances Hodgkins Burnett. I've read The Secret Garden. I loved The Secret Garden. So I want to read A Little Princess as well. I've seen the movie. Again, I want to compare and contrast. And then some early readers that I want to read, hopefully, both because I'm getting some younger clients and I want to make sure that I have recommendations for them. And make sure you're subscribed because, hint, hint, in May, I think, my middle grade Monday recommendations are going to be early readers. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you're subscribed. But some early readers that I found at the library and that kiddos, especially my third grade boys, said that I might like. I found Clementine at the library. This cover is just so cute. It looks adorable. And then Princess in Black. This looks like a series that I would have loved when I was the age for these books. I just read the first A to Z mystery. I'm not sure on the author's names on these, sorry. But I just read it with one of my third grade boys. And we had so much fun trying to guess how this mystery was going to be solved. And there was a kidnapping of this famous author. It was really cute. So I'm looking forward to continuing in that series. And I think there are 26 books. I think it goes from A to Z. A pretty cute premise. Dragon Masters. So another one of my third grade boys reads this, and he was so funny. He's like, Miss Emily, can I read it in a British accent? And I said, go for it, buddy. And so he read to me in a British accent one day, and if it gets them reading, I don't care. Anyway, so Dragon Masters, had lots of pictures, fast chapters. The audiobooks are like an hour, so I'm excited to look into those. And then another one that a 6th grade client told me about was The Campground Kids. I think it's a 5-book series just about a group of, I think a brother, sister, and a cousin who have to deal with the wild. And I can read about the wild. I don't want to be in the wild, but I can read about it. No problemo. There. Less than 20 minutes. Good job, Emily. Okay, those are all the books that are on my radar. between the 50 whatever on here, I will definitely get all 5 prompts. I will get some off of my personal shelves. I will get some read for clients. This is going to be a very productive month. I'm going to hopefully get my 5-star prediction books done. Bam, 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 bam. Let's get some stuff done in March. I'm excited. It's going to be a great month. I look forward to talking with you guys down in the comments. Please let me know if you've read any of these, if you think I'll like them, any other recommendations. Obviously, I will I will read just about anything within reason. So I will see you guys soon. Bye.